Yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night to all of you, depending your time, where you're watching, hearing me from this very wonderful 22nd day of October 2025. Yesterday, all of you know that Showore went for protests for the immediate release and unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Abuja. So yesterday, while we watched witness what was happening in Abuja, we noticed that the Nigerian police was shooting live tear gas and live bullets to the protesters. And as if that was not enough, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu brother was picked up. Aloy Ejimako was arrested for doing nothing wrong, for exercising his legal rights in Nigeria. Now, I noticed that the protester was not arrested by the federal government of Nigeria. He was the lawyer of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that was picked up, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's younger brother. And since that's yesterday, I kept quiet and I've been watching, listening, even up to this hour that I'm making this video, to hear Alexander Stubb of Finland call Tinubu to order and tell him that what your men are doing is actually not right. They should not shoot live bullets, use tear gas to disperse people that are exercising their constitutional rights by protection of the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who has committed no crime. I thought by now Alexander Stubb would have said something to the Nigerian, his Nigerian counterpart. But this quietness from the West speaks volume of who they are. The injustice happening in Nigeria, the unaliving of innocent Christians in Nigeria sends a very strong signal to the international community that Nigeria is not safe as we speak. No one has said a word, including Alexander Stubb of Finland. I was expecting Alexander Stubb to challenge Tinubu that why are you shooting tear gas on innocent protesters that are not carrying any arm, they are not carrying wood, they are not carrying pin, they are not carrying any firearms, but they have been shot with tear gas. They shot them on the protest ground with tear gas, to the extent that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's brother was arrested and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer. The main protester was never arrested. And then when we rise up to tell the world that we are about to disengage from Nigeria, you call us terrorists. When will this stop in Nigeria? When is this going to stop in Nigeria? When is this evil going to stop in Nigeria? So I was waiting for Alexander Stubb or the international community to come and call Tinubu a terrorist, or to address Tinubu of who he is, of what he's doing that is wrong to the protesters. That is their right to protest for bad governance. That is their right to protest for the immediate release of a man that they went to Kenya to kidnap, unlawfully detaining him in DSSS dungeon in Abuja. Alexander Stubb of Finland has not made a sound. But when they called you, gave you contracts, you had bilateral agreement with the Nigerian terrorist government, and went as far as arresting your best friend, Simon Ekpanjoko. That is what Tupac said. Money go fuck friends up. And Tupac was not wrong. When it comes to money, that is where you test the faith of a man. Alexander Stubb sold his conscience because of money, the love of money. Yet you have a man in that DSSS dungeon that has spent 5 years or 7 years going for doing nothing wrong. And the man that was trying to protect him, you arrested him unlawfully, detained him for doing nothing, for defending my land. Alexander Stubb, any president or any governor, any president of this world that pays attention to your madness, to you, I see that president as not being serious. This is you telling Ukraine that you stand with them for their freedom, that they should continue to fight for their freedom. But in Africa, Africa is your stealing ground, where you steal, where you make sure that nothing works in Africa. That is why none of you has been able to speak. Alexander Stubb of Finland, the Finland president, that is why you have not been able to say a word today. Since this evil has been happening in Nigeria, you've not said a word. Alexander Stubb. Now, I want you to understand something, Biafrans. You see what they are doing to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the brother and the lawyer. We don't get level, that is what they are trying to tell us. The main person who orchestrated this freedom march for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is free. Showore is walking freely. He's never arrested. This is the same Nigeria, the world, Finland, every other country is forcing us to stay together. The main orchestrator of this march to free Nnamdi Kanu is walking free, which is Showore. When we tell you people, let us go home, you will say no. When we tell you that the time has come, that we must stand on our ground and leave Nigeria completely, you will say no. They are destroying your properties everywhere and there. And you are still buying more because you people don't think. They did business with your brother, took away your brother to invade you. Nobody is speaking. That is what they are showing you. Now nobody, you not get level. Alexander Stubb connived with a country that is known to violate human rights, that never respected any human law. They don't respect any law in their country. Alexander Stubb went into bilateral agreements with a country who are bathed and pet terrorists. Alexander Stubb went into bilateral agreement with a country that embraces terrorism. That is Nigeria. Very recently, they freed some inmates, some prisoners, and many of them are drug dealers. Many of these people are drug dealers. Out of 100%, 90% of them are all drug dealers, drug barons. What does that tell you? When we tell you Tinubu is a drug dealer or a drug lord, you think we are joking. The rest are kidnappers and people, murderers. That is the rest. Just go. These things are in the public domain. I want to first of all appreciate Showore for what you did yesterday, for showing us who these people, although we already know who they are, these Southeastern governors are. None of them dare speak about Nnamdi Kanu again in their very mouth, because they have shown to us that they are the one in charge of the illegal detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Where is Bianca Olowu today? Where is Enyinia Baribe that was shouting Simon everywhere? Where is he today? He's nowhere to be found. Where is Governor of Enugu State, Peter Mba, former governor of the delegitimized governor of Enugu State? Where is Soludo, the delegitimized governor of Anambra State? Where is Alesoti, the delegitimized governor of Abia State? Where are these people? These are the people, when they see that, oh, we are discussing with the presidency, we are discussing with Tinubu, the drug lord, to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now that the time has presented himself, let us march to Abuja and demand for the freedom of our brother. Did you see any one of them? Showore just did this and just made a very serious statement. We have known who they are. Tomorrow, Chukwuma Soludo will tell us that he wants to conduct election in Anambra State. We want to see how that is going to happen. This is who you people are. We've seen everything that you are doing. We've seen how evil you are. Where is Bianca Olowu today? Did you see her in the protest? Did you see that mad woman in the protest? No, you didn't see her because that was not their initial plan. Their initial plan was to take away Simon and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu buys in DSSS dungeon. That was their plan. That is who Finland government went into bilateral agreement with. A terrorist financiers. The main terrorists. And you know one thing, when you are closing in on them, telling the world who they are, they look for somebody and label them terrorists. That is what they did to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Mazi Simon Ekpa. And they're doing the same now to Dr. Ngozi Oreboweze. That is why you see all this irate everywhere. You will see them, when you see them talking about Simon Ekpa, you think that there's something that they want to tell you. You think that Simon Ekpa, gathered people and, unalive them. It is a lie. Simon is defending our mother, our fathers from, going into their land because of Fulani herders. That is what he was doing, defending us. They turned around and called him a terrorist. Why? Because Alexander Stubb has gone into bilateral agreement with the Finnish authority to make sure that Simon is removed so that, they can have our oil, our mineral resources free of charge. They're not getting it from Russia anymore. So Nigeria is the best place they can do business. That is why all of them are in Nigeria. Nigerian government is running up and down now. They don't know what to do. They tell us, there were some soldiers who were trying to do coup. They were trying to take out Tinubu. All these things are just trying to manipulate you to believe that Nigeria is working. Nigeria is not working. You better support the United States of Biafra. All of you. You can see what they are doing to us. Nobody, and I repeat, nobody is coming for your rescue. If you don't know it today, know it now. That nobody, not even America, is coming for your rescue. We will take the bull by the horn ourselves and defend our mother's land. Nobody is coming to save you. I'm telling you for free. They have done all manner of things to us. We have endured enough. Why arresting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's brother? Is he the one that called for the protest? Why arresting Aloy Ejimako? Is he Ejimako that called for the protest? When Igbos talk, you go and arrest them, destroy their properties. And that is why we say we don't want to belong to this country anymore. Leave us alone, let us go. The international community will tell you, they must be one. How can we be one with all this madness? How can we be one with all these shenanigans going on everywhere? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped from Kenya for over 5 years now. None of you has ever made a sound about his kidnap. But yet, you are fighting the people who are fighting their freedom. The world is helping Nigeria to detain our own leaders. Look at what Igbos are going through in Nigeria. Look at the economic meltdown. Look at the destruction of our property. Look at what they are doing to our businessmen and women in Lagos State. Nobody is speaking for us anymore. Except Dr. Ngozi Oreboweze. The woman is trying her best. The other day I heard Femi Falana when they asked him, what about this unending trial of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Femi Falana said that the matter is in court, that he doesn't like to put his mouth in cases that are in court. And I want to put it to you that Femi Falana, you're a very wicked man. You and the rest of you ganged up against Jonathan in 2024. Is it 2014? I mean, you ganged up against him and did a protest, including Redeemed Pastor Adeboye. All of you gathered together and went to Ojudu and blocked everywhere. Jonathan did not arrest anybody. Jonathan did not intimidate anybody. Jonathan did not fire live bullet and live tear gas anywhere. But today, Femi Falana, you could tell us, no wonder VDN was exposing you. No wonder VDN was dealing with you because you know you're a very corrupt man. Very corrupt. No wonder. Telling us that you cannot do, you don't want to get involved. Evil is happening before you. You are telling the world that the case is in court for 5 years without having any justice. Are you a lawyer for real? Are you not seeing what they are doing to Nnamdi Kanu? Femi Falana, I ask you. Because they ask you, you quickly throw it away. I don't want to deal with it. The case is in court. That is the same answer Buhari gave to Boris Johnson. The case is in court for over 5 years. Nothing. That man is dying in the cell. You're a very evil man. This is how they deal with our people, Biafrans. This is what they do to every one of us that rises up. The matter is in court. Wait for court order. A man that is not meant to be tried. Instead of you to come and tell us the truth. Tell the world the truth. Nnamdi Kanu is not meant to be standing trial in any competent court of Nigeria because he has not offended anybody. And the way he was brought in has apparently destroyed the trial of Nnamdi Kanu. You can't tell the world that. You are hiding under Nigerian government. You people are very wicked. Now we know who you people are. Oh, I don't want to talk about it. But you fought against Jonathan. All of you came out and fought against Jonathan. Now, Tinubu, because Tinubu is a Yoruba man, you now know that Nnamdi Kanu's case is in court. How can we live with such people? Elderly men who tells lies. Elderly men who does not have control. When they see money, when they see the truth and see money, they rather lie to get that money. How can we be in the same country with you? That is why Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for his freedom. He wants to be free from this madness because Nigeria is just a country. I don't understand where this country is going. Nothing works. Everybody is just stealing. Nothing works. And you expect us to stay in that same country? Anyways, I just want you to understand that Showore did what he had to do, and we are happy he did what he did. Now today, nobody from the Southeast can ever open their mouth and tell us anything about Nnamdi Kanu again. No politician should ever open their mouth again and tell us anything about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So Showore, the one you did, we appreciate you. We thank you for exposing these animals, these riffraff, these criminals, these thieves. They are called themselves governors. Fighting the truth and expect the truth to die. It's not possible, bro. They're going to fight you people to the end. Believe you me. It doesn't matter what you people do. It doesn't matter how you play this your mad game. We are on top of it. Everybody is looking for a way to steal. Why are you people this wicked? I ask. Nnamdi Kanu has defeated you in your court. Allow him to go. Allow Nnamdi Kanu to go. He has defeated you. The Supreme Court has freed and discharged and acquitted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Why don't you people allow this man to leave, to go? Well, why we are saying this thing is for the world to know what we're passing through. That Alexander Stubb helped Nigeria to keep our leader, Simon Ekpa. But the actions have been taken. Legal actions have been taken. This is the country that they asked us to take legal action against. Nigeria, that the only rule of law in Nigeria today, as we speak, is gun and bullet. They don't respect any law. Nigeria does not respect any law. So on this note, Biafrans, I want you guys to understand that we are on top of the game. Like I said before, what release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is coming. No jokes, what release him is coming. You see all this, your back and forth. We know that you are not ready to release Nnamdi Kanu. It has proven what you people is planning against this young man. But we will fight Nigeria with everything we've got, and we'll make sure that we become victorious. Tinubu is a drug lord. Tinubu is a criminal. He remains a thief. Tinubu is a murderer. That is who he is. He doesn't care about life as long as he keeps getting money. These are what drug dealers do. Drug dealers don't care about human life. All they do is to buy to their way top. They buy to their way. They kill so that they can get to the top. That's what they do. They fight, and anything that stops them, they use anything to smash it and get through. That is how drug dealers behave. That is what Tinubu is showing Nigerians today. There is no man on this planet Earth who steals power and come and use that power to better the life of the citizens. It has never happened anywhere in the world. Go and check these things I'm telling you. So on this note, please, we are asking our brothers and sisters to do the needful. We'll continue to back you people up from here. Thank you so much, Biafrans. I will see you tomorrow again in my next video. God bless you.